Making a decision. Making a decision is pretty interesting. You could be pretty amazed at when you walk around in life and you listen to people and you talk to people, the reality of people that don't actually make decisions, right? You say to them, hey, what would you like for lunch? I don't care. You don't even realize they didn't make a decision. They didn't say, hey, I want tomato soup for lunch. Making decisions. It would seem so simple. There's a yes or there's a no. Pretty simple. But what lives in between the yes and the no is the maybe. And it is pretty amazing that so many people live in the world of maybe. It's not a yes and it's not a no, and it's like living in limbo land. And when you live in limbo land, nothing changes. Nothing changes. When you say yes, something changes. When you say no, something changes. But when you live in the maybe, nothing changes. And I think all of you could probably feel what it feels like when you're working with a patient and you tell a patient, I can absolutely help you. I need you to come in 3 times a week for the next couple weeks. We're going to do this thing and I can help you. And they say, I need to think about it. And you think to yourself, this should be a yes. How is this not a yes? Instead, they think about it. And what happens is 3 or 4 weeks come down the road and they drift off. They never do handle their problem and they drift off. And you can't reconcile this. You know you can help, but how did they end up in this maybe? It's the same thing many times as business owners. We know the things that will help us and we never say yes and we never say no. And when a business owner has so many of these maybes floating around, so imagine this, a yes is yes and you move forward with action. A no is it's out of your world, you don't even need to think about it anymore, it's done. A maybe drifts. And if you can just imagine, we only have enough attention in our heads, right? And when you have maybes floating, it's as if the whole world is in chaos. And so just like with your patients, you want them to make a decision, and of course you would like a yes from them. At AMI, when we work with our doctors, we always say yes to progress. Say yes to growth. Or say no if you don't want to grow. Totally fine. But don't live in the maybe of, maybe I'll do something about it. Because that's like a living hell, I can tell you that. Say yes to growth.